Shit.
You're listening to KYST 89.3, The Bone. And now time for South Tucson Youth Football, simulcast on AM 1400, The Growler, and on South Tucson Local Access Channel 22.
Oh, man.
Good afternoon. It is a Sunday afternoon in South Tucson. It is time for South Tucson Youth Football. If you are joining us, thank you for joining us wherever you are. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching right here live on IRMstream, this is KYST. My name is Brian, and we've got the second half of our doubleheader here in Week 4 as we start off Rivalry Week. Rivalry Week. In Week 4, it's conference play, and we get things started on Rivalry Week with the American Freedoms Conference, the AFC, featuring one of our remaining undefeated teams, Blind Bob's Firing Range, the second highest strength of schedule, second highest RPI going into this game. They're taking on Autopsies by Candice, who are 2-1 and have a tough road game to start off their conference play. But they are looking to take the scalp of an undefeated team and be the first one to take the scalp of Blind Bob's this season. So, without any further ado, let's get right to it and go to Star Watch, brought to you by Wall-to-Wall Salve. Don't be a salve, not be a salve. If you need ointment, cream, or paste, better call Salve. Sponsors of the number 28 Dodge Stratus, driven by Ennio Sparini in the Diddler Cup Racing Series. Go Salve. And we'll start off with Blind Bob's Firing Range. Going right to left there, that is their outside linebacker, Hickory Bacon. In the middle is quarterback Bunky Fluff, and their star player, their captain, team captain, LeJeff Peters, the tight end LeJeff Peters. On the other side of the football, we have Autopsies by Candice. I'm not sure we've ever focused on these players before, so let's give them a good, proper welcome to KYST. On the left, that is their outside linebacker, Doug Butter. In the middle, defensive tackle, Oliver and Company. And on the right, that is cornerback, defensive back, Rutabaga Casserole. So we'll see how that defense of Autopsies by Candice stands up to the powerful offense of Blind Bob's Firing Range. Blind Bob's strong wins so far, 42 points scored in their last game, beating Happy Release Manicures. But I think if you got to pick to win here, I got the crowd is loving it. The home crowd here. Blind Bob's only had one home non-conference game, so they get 4 big ones in conference, and they are ready to see their team go to 4-0. So let's head down to the Muni. You are looking live at Municipal Field number 159 for the first half of our second half of our double header. It is Blind Bob's Firing Range in their home jerseys of black and yellow.
Number 26.
Kicking off left to right on your radio dial to Autopsies by Candice in all white with the purple helmet. And is that a referee thing you just... NLI ref. I don't know what that is, but okay, I love it. Oh, that's the referee from some video game, isn't it? I feel like I've seen that before. And the catch is made. Tackle right to Lance Blanco. He's going to get the first down to get things started. And Autopsies by Candice. Definitely in the minority as far as fans cheering. And they're definitely outnumbered in this home field advantage. It's a big open field pass by Steve Bradley to get them already downfield, 22 yards. Nice turn and run. Loses the defender. And big opening drive. That is Hebner from WrestleMania 2000. Thank you. I couldn't remember what it was from. They're already down to the 26-yard line. This is the kind of hot start they need. Oh, no. Big mistake. Waiting for someone to take the handoff. And a flag. Oh my gosh. They face masked him.
Face mask.
He was open for the taking and they grabbed him by the face mask.
Automatic first down.
Well, the generic defender, Bob Scott, gives it 15 yards. And Autopsies get a gift. They take it down to the 14. And from the first play, it's a touchdown to Taiwan Dickens. What the Dickens indeed. Markel Stevens, 3 for 3 on that drive, 46 yards, and the touchdown that puts Autopsies by Candice in the lead and quiets this rabid is the word I was really looking for, home crowd. Extra points up. It is good, and 7-0 on the opening drive in less than a minute.
There's a flag on the field.
Personal foul. Clipping. Receiving team. Still first down.
So Blind Bob's going to start things off. With a big run from scrimmage by the quarterback, Bunky Fluff. Takes a couple big hits. That play, a 4-yard catch over his shoulder, or across his body to the far end of the field, to early Mansfield. All that for just a 4-yard gain. Bunky Fluff going to take it up to the just past the 50 to the 49. 3rd and 1. Big drop back for Bunky Fluff and an incomplete. It's 4th and 1. Interesting thing to see what they do right now. Will they concede it and punt? No, they're going to go for it. And they're going to make the play to Akeem Lacey. So 1st and 10 from the 40 now. Quentin Pope. Tackle for a loss of 2 by Chester Mason. Huge play. Wide open is LaJeff Peters, getting 5 on that one. 3rd and 7.
That makes it 37.
Holding. Offense.
Pope with the
That
catch.
penalty is declined.
Number 36 on the tackle at the 42-yard line. 4th down.
And they're going to have to punt it, so Autopsies by Candice are going to end up with the football after all. A strong offensive showing. And Pope looks like he's going to be out for a little bit. Corey Edmonds getting the 4-yard rush up the middle.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
Big play. Lewis Owens with a 9-yard catch getting the first down. Autopsies by Candice have been showing they are really doing well so far. They are trying to quiet this crowd who have yet to be quieted. And Corey Evans with a 3-yard catch, 2nd and 7.
That'll make it 2nd and 7.
Incomplete up the middle, 3rd and 7.
The previous play is under review.
They're going to review the play, which looks like it might have been a fumble. But it looks like the ground may have caused it. So we'll see what ends up happening.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So they will reverse it. It's 4th and 3. And the call on the field was a fumble, but they overturned it. And here comes the punt unit. It's a booming punt all the way down to the 15. AJ Sanchez, they might even spot it even inside of that. So Blind Bob's really pinned back. Quentin Pope back in after taking some time off with an injury earlier in the game. 38 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Number 29 with the tackle at the 20-yard line. That makes it 3rd and 3.
And Pope with a 9-yard catch, making it 1st and 10 and bringing the football out to the 29-yard line. So at the end of the first quarter, 7-0 Autopsies by Candice. LeJeff Peters with an 8-yard catch, making it 2nd and 2. So good start to this one. And a run up the middle with a flag. Pope gonna get
Personal foul.
a little extra on that one. 15 extra yards. Puts Blind Bob's well into position. Taking him down to the 33 on that one. And I gotta say, they had a great promotion between quarters. They had the Blind Bobs had their blind find, which of course involves players from 3 different players searching through a bin, a giant bin of Nerf guns and water pistols and all, just for fun, you know, to search, to find, I understand they had to find the one real firearm. There actually put 3 in there. They had to find a real firearm and then fire it while still being blindfolded. So they didn't have to fire it anywhere. They had to fire it, and we had medical personnel standing nearby. Thankfully, they're actually still looking. So you know, fans in attendance maybe want to still kind of keep an eye out and just make sure, you know, you're protected. Get down if you need to. Don't make yourself too much of a target, and hope that you didn't piss off one of the 3 contestants. So that's still going on right now. They're still looking for that loaded gun inside the bin of toy guns. It's very similar to a promotion that Mitch's Toys and Guns do as well, except they don't do it. They don't do it blindfolded. That seems. They thought that was a little dangerous. And Blind Bob's second and 3, but roughing the passer is going to give a fresh set of downs and move it down to the 2. Javon McDougal called for that one. First and goal from the 2. Blind Bob's looking to tie this game up second quarter.
That is a loss of 4 yards. That brings up second and goal.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense. That penalty is declined.
The kick is good. Number 26, set your return. Number 23 runs it back. Kickoff return to 19 yards.
And they end up tying this game up. It is tied at 7. 2:57 to go in the first half. Bunky Fluff taking a lot of hits. Indeed, getting fluffed up. I don't know if that means getting hit a lot or getting amped up. It's kind of like when our good buddy Seth NTQ would say get pumped. It could mean, getting pumped, like, yeah, I'm pumped for this, or he can get pumped, like he can go screw himself.
Makes the tackle. Gain of 7 yards. First down. Edmonds the ball carrier. That's good for a gain of 7 yards. That makes it second and 2.
A lot of time for them to throw, getting the catch on the sideline. Lance Blanco all alone, 9-yard catch and a first down for Autopsies by Candice. This is not going to be an easy game for Blind Bobs to maintain their undefeated record.
That's a loss of 3 yards on the play. That'll bring up third and 4.
Third and 4, 1:20 to go. Autopsies by Candice down to the 25-yard line.
Incomplete pass. Dickens was the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 4th and 4.
And Stevens is able to rush and jump for the first down on the tackle and everything. He is putting his body out there. That 11-year-old knows how to sacrifice his frail body for the sake of a sport that, you know, won't end up being all that important in the long run. But maybe to him it will be. He can go back and talk about it. We are rapidly approaching the end of the first half. 50 seconds to go. End zone, corner of it, Dwayne Harvey, 15-yard touchdown. Autopsies by Candice take the lead yet again. With the extra point attempt being good. That will give Blind Bob's 45 seconds and ticking. Brigham Booker, 20-yard return. And a good start for Blind Bob's to get this thing moving. Funky Fluff gonna take a sack for 3-yard loss and call their first timeout. Autopsies by Candice. We'll have to kick it off to start the second half. So they'd like to hold them from scoring, and Bunky Fluff gonna rush for 2 yards. Nothing doing there. They might just happily take this one to the half, but they're gonna let the clock continue to run. They're gonna keep trying for another play. 21 seconds and counting left to go in the first half, and Fluff gets sacked for a loss of 8, and Autopsies by Candice choose to call their final timeout. So they're going to get the football back with 18 seconds as here come Blind Bob's punting, and that punt is only going to go as far as the 50. It is downed at the 48, so Autopsies by Candice are 52 yards away from the end zone yet again, and 12 seconds with no timeouts. You can get 1 or 2 plays off, so they can try to go for the end zone. They're doing it from the shotgun, and that one's overthrown. He had the wide receiver wide open and just overthrew it. So 8 seconds left. Might be trying the exact same thing. Overthrown once more. Makes me think that Martell Stevens might just have, if he had a little bit more patience, he'd have a little bit of time to get a receiver wide open. They're finding their speed. They're beating these defenders. Last chance. No good. Lamont Fry batting it down. And that will bring an end to the first half of play. Autopsies by Candice. Mild underdog. They're leading over the undefeated Blind Bob's firing range at 14-7. And it's time to bring us to another sponsor spotlight, where we talk about, talk about another lovely business of the town of South Tucson. Today we're talking about Twin Towers construction. You know, the Towers brothers have been in the construction business. It's in the family. It's a family business. They're like 4 generations of Towers brothers, of Towers, who have done construction work in South Tucson and surrounding areas. They can build a sturdy building for you. They can do any sort of construction needs you could want. They specialize, particularly in rigid structures. So were anything to happen to your building, it would not damage any of the local surroundings. It would just kind of fall directly downward. They also great at at any sort of renovations. They're very good with their controlled demolition of any sort of walls you need, or if they just need to take out an entire building or anything on a lot. So call them up. They have extended hours. They will answer the phone anytime as early as 9 a.m. and as late as 11 p.m. So that is their 9 to 11 specialty that they tell you about. That's Twin Towers Construction. Fantastic business, reputable business in South Tucson. And starting things off in the second half is Blind Bobs from their own 30-yard line. Down a touchdown, but certainly not out of it. And they've been in some, they haven't really been in a dogfight like this quite yet. Their first game of the season, they only won by a touchdown, 20-13 over Mitch's Toys and Guns. 28-16 over Danish Loose, 48-28 over Happy Release. You know, they haven't been in these low-scoring dogfights. Autopsies by Candice, 2 of their 3 games, 1 win and 1 loss, were by 3 points or less. So that's they're used to playing within an inch of, I hate to say within an inch of their life, but within an inch of the win. And Bunky Fluff is going to get brought down for a yard gain. They needed 4, 4th and 3, and on the opening drive of the second half, Blind Bobs are going to have to punt it. These kids could get a playoff to go back to their fidget spinners to focus. They'd play a lot better. You know, fidget spinners have been pretty popular in South Tucson youth football. No word on if they've been beneficial or not. But the kids love them, and they just keep buying more of them. They're just piles and piles of them. So much so, in fact, that it's the trophy being given away for this game. This game, of course, a rivalry game being played for the pile of fidget spinners that will just go next to the pile of devil sticks. That is the pile of fidget spinners that will just go unused next to the pile of devil sticks. And a big catch broken up by Lamont Fry. They had a little bit of traffic on that one. They were going for the big play. 2nd and 10 for Autopsies by Candice from the 50-yard line. Third and 10 now after another incomplete pass.
That brings up 3rd and 10. The pass falls incomplete. Owens was the intended receiver on the play. 4th down.
I thought Pile of Tamagotchi was one of the players. But I think you're right. There's Robbie Kraft with a... Oh, no. There's an injury on the play for Autopsies by Candice. We'll get a report on that. But Blind Bob's out of the football again, this time from the 46-yard line after that turnover. Pope getting no gain. Brought back to the line of scrimmage.
Call it a loss of 1 yard on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
And Bunky Fluff going to get to the first down marker and a penalty on top of it.
Face mask.
Face mask call. That's going to put him 15 yards closer.
Still 1st down.
all the way down to the red zone, down to the 10. Bunky Fluff taking it himself and is brought down for a loss of 2. A sack, making it 3rd and 8.
That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Out of the shotgun, Bunky Fluff, 3rd and 8. Overthrown, incomplete pass. They may go for the field goal on this one. There's still plenty of time, 1:45 to go. This looks like about a 27-yard attempt. Minute 45 left to go in the 3rd quarter, and that puts a 10 spot on the board for Blind Bob's. Still down 4, but this crowd is not giving up hope. Big catch up the middle on the slant route. Right in a lot of traffic. That's a brave play. Autopsies by Candice. Moving up the field. And if they can score and answer right away, then they may nullify this crowd. They're playing really smart. And, brought down. Dickens, excuse me.
Face mask.
And a face mask will put it 15 yards further. Lorne Kane with the
Automatic first down.
committing the penalty, an automatic first down and an additional 15 yards, puts it down to the 27-yard line. So Autopsies by Candice. Oh, right up the middle and going left is Corey Edmonds, gets out of bounds, 19 yards, 1st and goal, a huge play by the running back. That 12-year-old goes right to the left side, and Autopsies by Candice, both times in the red zone, both have resulted in a touchdown. Stevens, a lot of time to throw. He's going to take it himself, runs into his own blocker, oh no, and commits a penalty.
Personal foul. Face mask.
A face mask. He draws the penalty. Deron Williamson just reaching for the helmet and just trying to yank that QB down. A little bit of bitterness by Blind Bob's. They got to keep their act together. They're in this game. They are not at all. They can't be committing penalties like that. That not so much the yardage, but giving the fresh set of downs. And Corey Edmonds muscles his way in for a touchdown. Autopsies by Candice, up by 10. Gonna make that 11 in just a second with the extra point. The kick is in fact good. It is 21-10 with 42 seconds to go. And Blind Bob's find themselves behind the 8 ball.
Makes it 2nd and 8.
Roger. Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47. Down. Check now.
Mason with the tackle.
Bunky Fluff, 1 yard. And another stop, 3rd and 7. Blind Bobs are just knocking on doors and not finding them open. Short pass to Pope. He's going to get out for 5 yards. Not enough. He's forced out of bounds. End of 3. It's 21-10. Autopsies by Candice over Blind Bob's, and they're starting to see some worried looks and a bit of a hushed crowd. Had trouble getting into the barn dance competition they had between the third and fourth quarter, where folks are dressed in their best Western attire and forced to dance while Blind Bob himself will fire at their feet, like in the old Westerns. And the crowd decides who is the best dancer, and it's a good thing it's Blind Bob, because, you know, he really can't. He kind of misses a lot. Like, so he ain't really shooting at their feet. He's shooting at the ground like he's supposed to be, but he's blind, so, you know, occasionally we hit somebody, and, I mean, you know, there's a hospital kind of close by. So Blind Bob's from the 50. Bunky Fluff going to take it, running again. No gain. You know, I forgot to mention the two offensive playbooks of these teams. Autopsies by Candice have the University of Houston's playbook. Blind Bob's LSU. So some interesting, just some interesting stuff there.
Personal foul. Face mask.
Another face mask could have forced a 3rd down and 9 for Blind Bob's. Instead, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 26. And Blind Bob's are in position potentially to score.
Number 99 on the tackle. Gain of 1 on the play. That brings up 2nd and 9.
Time right. 4 down. 47, Mike. 47, Mike. Mike, 47. There. Motion, blue, 7. Motion.
And with 3:30 to go in the fourth quarter, Blind Bob's do not have a lot of time. They're taking a lot of time at the line of scrimmage. But Pope is going to get the 1st down. It looks like there might have been a flag.
Personal foul.
Roughing the passer, so that's going to move it even closer. Threw him to the 7-yard line. Javon McDougal again with the penalty. So Autopsies by Candice not making things easy for themselves. At 1st and goal, Blind Bob still need to get a touchdown and then likely go for an onside kick. And the best thing that can happen right now is Autopsies by Candice drain the clock a little bit more. Take it down to under 3 minutes. TJ Gant with that tackle, preventing a touchdown for Bunky Fluff. This has been a long drive for Blind Bob's, 2 minutes and 40 seconds long. And they are continuing. It'll continue on. Quentin Pope only gets 4 yards. 3rd and goal. Man, if Autopsies by Candice could stop them and force a turnover on downs, this place would probably go silent, and Autopsies by Candice would likely have the win. We're down to the 3-yard line. Fluff gonna throw. No, he's gonna run it. He's gonna get the touchdown. 3 yards and in. Blind Bob's in for 6 with half the quarter to go. 2:32 left on the clock. Not over yet. In fact, they may just kick it off. They may not even go for the onside kick. They're going to go for 2 to make this a 3-point game. Bunky Fluff. Thrown to Jess Holycross. 3 yards into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. Yes, they love their fluff. They are just throwing marshmallow fluff as far as it really can go, which is not very far. Bobby Carey with a 15-yard return on the kickoff. They opted not to go for the onside kick. 2.5 to go in the game. Autopsies by Candice want to drain this clock, keep the football, just move downfield, force Blind Bobs to use their timeouts, and just continue to get first downs. They start from their own 32.
That'll make it 2nd and inches.
Clock continues to tick. It's 2nd and inches from the 42. And you can see how much they are letting this clock tick down. No hurry for Autopsies by Candice. Blind Bob's not calling a touchdown, a timeout yet. But there we go, end around play. Great, gets the first down, a strip, and that is gonna cause a flag.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
A face mask called. Autopsies by Candice. Get the football even further. That's Hickory Bacon.
Still first down.
Undisciplined, unfortunately. Not something I like to see these kids do. And, timeout called. Blind Bob's called their first timeout with 1:37 to go. As a run right up the middle, making it 2nd and inches again. They're going to go right back to the well. Get the first down. And a second timeout. Here comes 1st and 10. Looking to get to the 9-yard line. Handing it off again. Wide open hole. He's going even further inside the 5. Corey Edmonds. And the last timeout is called by the Blind Bob's coaching staff. So Stevens, a lot of time to throw. Incomplete. Grabbed his hand as it was going forward. They had a chance to sack him. I don't know what happened. 2nd and goal. At this point, Autopsies by Candice could just run this out, but it's already an end goal. And they're just going to throw it. Tywan Dickens with the touchdown. 4 yards. He is in. And Autopsies by Candice extend their lead and effectively end the game. It's going to be a 10-point lead with the extra point coming. With 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. They are going to bring an end to Blind Bob's undefeated season. And both teams will sit at 3-1.
Points attempt is good. Booker is set to return.
Flag on the play, on the return.
Face mask.
And it's getting a little chippy out here. I think the two teams, we're seeing a bit of a rivalry here. These are not divisional rivals. They're actually cross rivals,
Still first down.
cross-divisional teams. But they seem to be pretty upset with each other. I don't know if there's any sort of history, but these two teams both sitting at 3-1. I would not be surprised. Big catch made. And a flag. They are just going after. There's penalties on every play. Another face mask. These kids, just got to get these kids off the field. Blind Bobs are not giving up. I can't blame them. That catch made by Holy Cross. Minute 12 to go. Blind Bobs, 12-yard line. Moving downfield pretty quickly, helped by these penalties. And that is not helping Autopsies, ABC. Short dumped off pass to Pope. And another flag on the play. This is just
Personal foul.
going on longer than it needs to. This referee's got to really think about some sort of disciplinary action. These kids just maybe being told to hit these kids, their opponents a little harder.
Tight end right. Tight end right. 3 down. 47 Mike. 47 Mike.
And unfortunately, the cameras are catching plenty fluff-covered fans who are just looking pretty sad, but maybe not yet. Early Mansfield. Late drama by early Mansfield. Getting the touchdown with the extra point. It's going to be 28-25. And a 3-point game. Well, now we're talking about Blind Bob's going for the onside kick with 62 seconds left to go. And Autopsies
Illegal touching. Offense.
will recover the onside kick.
Still first down.
So this will be effectively over. They'll be able to kneel this ball and bring it into this game. The onside kick was the last chance that Blind Bob's had. And that's going to be it. They'll do it for one more time. Run some more time off the clock. Victory formation and a first loss recorded for Blind Bob's firing range. As they fall to 3-1, Autopsies by Candice improve to 3-1, and they'll just rush it out one more time. Corey Edmonds, just for a statement. You can tell there's bad blood between these two teams, and I'm not going to lie, I wouldn't mind seeing them face off in a championship game. That's always a possibility. You know, they are the two, as far as records go, after 4 games, the two teams that sit at 3-1. So that'd be pretty cool to see. Well, an interesting stat at the end of the game, all of our 5 AFC divisional games, the conference games, were cross-divisional. Guns Division versus Bible Division. The Bible Division went 5-0 against the Guns Division. And that is a bit of an interesting statistic to see. But that just completes the sweep for that division. Autopsies by Candice. The final score, 28-25 over Blind Bob's firing range. We'd like to thank you for joining us here on South Tucson Youth Football. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Until next time, my name is Brian, and we say enjoy the rest of your day. This has been South Tucson Youth Football. So long!